I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here been a front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? And welcome. Who is that?
What up, though?
Hey, yo, who is that, son?
You know, it's about time.
Young guys don't understand.
It's about time.
It's like a new human in the building right now.
I know.
Show him your arm too. You got tattoo. Oh,
yeah. I'll go to the solo
there
shop.
It is. It says pretzels.
Yeah, it says pretzels.
This is his favorite bedtime snack.
It says pretzels.
Bro, so if you guys notice, this looks a whole different human today. I mean, you can see.
Yeah, I don't even know. Am I like a cousin right now?
I don't know. Dude looking extra buff in here and everything. I stopped Chris from trying to fuck him.
Not true at all.
Still got a lot of time left.
Very true. Chris is currently locked inside that booth. And he can't escape until after Spinzy exits the building.
Yeah, it's true.
A little fucking Wisconsin horn dog over there.
Damn court mandate.
Can't control.
Damn court mandate.
Damn court mandate. Hey, by the way, welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. Hit the like button if you haven't already. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. I'm Easy. That's the new and approved Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
Young Chris. We have Parker on the ones and twos because JB's just too good to hang out with us.
Yeah, it's that morning Woodward stuff, you know. They get on the morning Woodward show
Shut
and
the fuck up.
shut the fuck up.
Hit that like button, like I said. Speaking of crazy people, did you see the video I posted on my Twitter of the golf guy?
Yeah.
Can you play this real quick,
Yes.
Chris?
This was hilarious.
This guy's actually like kind of terrifying. I ain't gonna lie.
We got a Karen on the golf course right now.
After I don't give you a goddamn thing.
I'm gonna take your clubs.
Take it.
This is where you're fucking.
Then leave.
I'm not getting a fight at a golf course.
Then leave. I'm gonna stand here and you can complain. Goodbye.
I'm not complaining. You're the one bitching.
No, you're the one that approached me and I asked you to no longer speak.
You took her ball.
Please don't speak to me.
We're coming over here.
You
took her ball.
Bro, you took her ball.
Dude, I'm not gonna fight you over a fight.
If you need money for her golf balls,
I'm going to, Walter. Because I'll plant you, bitch boy. Now get the fuck off the cart.
Walter. Oh, here we go. Oh.
You've been to heaven, bitch, and you want to test God? You fucking come get it, shit stack.
This is me when somebody steps to Easy at the bar after I'm a couple drinks in. Oh, shit.
All right, my question is, sorry to see this, why I'm not laughing as hard the first time I saw it, but like, what would you do in that situation? That dude was like low key, like kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Dude was talking crazy.
I'll run his ass over with the golf course.
That's what I was thinking.
Just knock his ass over. What are you talking about?
As funny as it is, he did punk all of them.
Yeah, they all pulled up.
I don't know how many guys there was.
y'all.
Yeah, he punked all of them. They fucking turned the golf cart on and got the fuck on. Which I honestly don't blame. This dude asked if you've ever been to heaven. And asked you want to test God, but like that's a bar.
great.
Bro.
Those fight words, bro.
You want to test God, shit stank?
He called him bitch boy, shit stain. Like he was throwing all the words at him in the book.
So I'm I'll plant you, bitch boy. Like I don't know. Do have bars. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And like
Dabber said that's Lucas in 10 years.
dead ass. When we post that in the Woodward Heavyweights chat, Lucas was like, I love this guy. That is literally Lucas in 10 years. He's pretty jacked for an old guy.
Murph said that hat was for Spencer's big head and you were supposed to get the embroidered one. All good. Yeah, his hat's dope. Got it for my birthday. Shout out.
Wait, Murph.
No, Murph didn't get it for me.
I think Murph's talking about this hat.
Oh.
Because all right, Murph said they gave D-Mac 2 hats. So he sent D-Mac 2 hats.
Oh, yeah. I think there's one in the bag.
I think this is it. But you said this one's not yours?
Oh.
I think this one's yours.
Yeah.
Spencer, did you get the one that Abe left for you?
Yeah.
That
Abe
was
gave me
fire,
that
bro. I looked
Wait,
at
what?
that. I peeped
When was that?
That
It's
was
a Nick's
fire.
hat.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Rachel got
Shout
me this
to
one
Abe.
for my birthday. It's like
Shout
special.
out Rachel.
Special big hat or big head hat. She got me another one too, and it was too big. Like on the last snap, bitch was like out here. I'm like, damn.
It's the fucking
The Woodward.
Yeah, the big ass one that like Jenny Carter
Honestly,
was
it's
wearing.
like a little bit smaller than that one.
Well, hold on. Someone said they take that guy's kidneys.
Dude, someone's been saying that during all of E&E. It's just I don't understand it.
I mean, just taking someone's kidneys.
Yeah, I harvest the kidney.
Cutting them open, yeah. What do you mean? You ain't playing games.
No context.
If anybody can do it, it's Dexter over here.
Yeah.
Chris, if you're logged into my, is my Slack logged in there?
I think it's part of your Slack.
I think it is your Slack.
It's yours.
The picture of my tattoos in my DMs to myself. I played on BDE.
This guy's so arrogant. He messages
Yeah.
himself.
Dude gets a new haircut and just sends himself his own pictures.
I know. I'm just.
He's like, damn, Spinny, you look fine. Thanks, Spinny. You're not
We showed this. We showed this on the day.
Yeah, we showed the day
sent
you got
this
it.
in.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, fuck it. I mean, to
Yeah,
show you what you
I'll
want.
show it again. Give me a second here.
I guess I'll turn it into like a little bit of Detroit Lions news, and we'll go back to some bullshit if you want. Or we keep it all bullshit and go Lions. But Kirby Joseph out of practice again today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Ron St. Brown back, but Kirby Joseph out of practice.
Yeah. He was on the sidelines working with trainers.
Yeah.
Him and Frank. Him and Deckard.
Yeah. Which I've seen someone like say, you just put it on, we'll keep talking if you want.
Okay,
or actually, no, you want to talk about it?
What?
Your tattoo?
Oh, yeah. I'll talk about it real quick. So, shout out to my guy, Eric Molka. Hooked it up, man. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Took about 4 hours. It is glorious. Shout out to him, man. He killed that shit. It's my boy Sanji, one of his best moments from the One Piece manga. So, yeah, he hooked it up. It was insane, man. He's so talented. I'm going back October 5th to get my chest piece done.
This guy fucking brand new Spinny.
Brand new Spenny.
Dude gets his asshole bleached one time. Just getting tattoos and haircuts
Hey,
now.
man, you know what I'm saying?
Dude's on
Just trying to be out in
wellness
town,
now.
talking about rounds.
I'm nervous that Kirby Joseph isn't going to play this week. I know that tweet it read as a positive sign that he's with trainers, but like I don't see it as a positive sign. I think a hip injury is like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a week recovery time. And then for him to be like Kirby of old, or Kirby that we know him as, not Kirby of old, it's only his second year. I don't know, man. I'm kind of nervous about that.
I'm a little nervous about that too. Obviously, a hip is tough to recover from. You know, how do you treat a hip? You really just like can't walk. Like that's the only way to treat it. So we'll figure it out. I mean, I'm sure that if he's ready to go, he'll be out there, and we need him out there. Even though Desmond Ridder doesn't really inspire fear in anybody throwing the ball, it's still he's a playmaker. He's important to have on that back end. He brings some energy for the defense. So I hope he can go, but I'm a little nervous about it.
I'd rather have him healthy for the Packers on Thursday than this week.
That is fair.
But I feel like this week you have to win it, man.
You do have to win.
Like it sounds like spirits are still high within the locker room, but like for my sanity, selfish, I need this W, man.
DNC ENT says, not gonna lie, spending 2 days off for your birthday is low key soft. Hey, I had the tattoo appointment that took all day one day. I got there at noon, left at 7, and then
I'm gonna check something now.
the next day I was just trying to chill. I was drinking for like 5 days straight, so I needed a recovery day.
You took your other tattoo date for October 5th.
October 5th.
Another just dead smack in the middle of the week.
It's Thursday. Hey, he said he had somebody cancel on him.
Do it on the weekend.
I'm not trying to. Why would I do it on the weekend when I can do it during the week?
Make some bread.
Not have to work. It's a win-win.
No, I think Amarad's playing, though. He was back at practice, thank God. Chris, I know you were about to say something about the Kirby stuff, though.
I just, in general, I don't think the Lions have the luxury of choosing, prioritizing this game over that game. Like, I think they, they are 1-1. They're not 0-2, so it's not the end of the world. But they're a team that is trying to go somewhere that this team hasn't gone in decades. And so in order to do that, every week is crucial. And you can't, rest Kirby in hopes that he plays Thursday. Like, you got to take it game by game. If you can play, because at the end of the day, it's football. This is a high contact sport. Injuries are going to happen, and you have to just get every single win you can. And that's why that was, to me, the worst part about the Seattle loss was not just was the fact that with all those injuries we now lost, and now this week against Atlanta and next game against Green Bay, this team is going to be banged up. So it was like you kind of wanted to get that win while you could to kind of build yourself a little bit of a cushion.
No, I'm with you.
This is a must-win. This is a must-win. You need to win this game. Already a must-win.
Yeah, I'm not.
You can't lose to Desmond Ridder and the Falcons. You can't drop back-to-back games at home. You got to win this game.
Especially too, like the thing about like if they, I don't even feel like right talking about it because I don't even want to speak it into existence. But like in a scenario where they do lose these 2 in a row, it's not just losing 2 in a row. You lost to a Seattle team, which Seattle should be respectable. Pete Carroll's respectable, but you had the strengths going into that game against them where they didn't have the 2 tackles. But you had into this one. And I know the Falcons are 2-0, but let's be real. Like, who's really out here, like,
scared of the
threatened
Falcons?
by the Falcons?
Nobody.
Nobody. And then on top of that, the game's home as well. I was listening to like a Falcons content creator today too, and he's like, man, just one more week and Jeff Okudah's back. Like, that's what they're looking forward to, is a Jeff Okudah returning from injury. Like I'm not threatened by a team that's speaking like that, and maybe they just don't know. But Jeff ain't him like that for you to be excited about.
Yeah.
Maybe just step up, that much more of a step up from Trey Flowers, whoever else they have. But we'll break down a little bit of the game today too. Our guy, dropping a little MMA in here. Our guy Ben the Bang Davis.
Hell yeah.
We noted it before. He's heading into I don't know if it's MMA or boxing. Boxing match.
Yeah.
Misfits Boxing with KSI and all those guys. This weekend, September 23rd, we'll be fighting Anderson Silva's son, Gabriel Davis.
Hell yeah.
You want to throw the video on from that one, Chris?
Yes,
this is his first press conference.
As you've been training for a while anyway, right? So how did your training change, and how has it accelerated, and for this camp in particular?
I've changed a lot this fight camp. I've been wrestling jaguars. I've been shaving the hairs of grizzly bears. I've been stomping spiders, annihilating ants. September 23rd, Gabe Silva has no chance.
Okay. Yes. No chance.
Dude is awesome.
Dude is built
Ben's
for that.
the best,
He's
bro.
built for that.
He's the best. They did like a little stand up though, but it's like what, 2-3 weeks notice?
Yeah.
This is like Anderson Silva's son. Ben's getting KO'd.
Yeah.
At some point in the press conference too, he's like, "How many of you guys think I'm getting KO'd in the first round?" I was like, bro. But he's still a legend. That's a legendary moment.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Stomping out ants.
Yeah, like, Ben come from like just doing content in your basement, making content on Twitter, and now he's freaking in the Misfits, right next to KSI, ready to box Anderson Silva's son. Like, that's his legendary.
That
bro.
is legendary,
Ben's
man.
the man.
I'm happy for the guy.
Imagine he
I'm happy for him,
wins.
He deserves everything that's coming to him, man. Like he deserves all these blessings. He's one of the hardest workers
For
out
sure.
there.
Super
He's
entertaining.
Super entertaining. One of the best follows for MMA Twitter. So your heavyweights got your support, man. Go out there, make some noise. Try to last around.
I guess stomping spiders and annihilating ants.
Yeah.
Ben's a fucking man. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. I probably should have this Monday. I forgot to look to see if you guys actually broke the record. You broke Ford Field's record at 127 decibels. Mm-hmm. That's still fucking impressive.
That is impressive.
Like I tried saying it the week before. I didn't have like the words to articulate it, but the way KC's stadium's built and the way Seattle Stadium's built is so it has a higher octave level, so it's louder up. It's built to be loud. Ford Field wasn't. It's just built. And you hit 127 decibels, and that was built like KC's or built like Seattle's, I guarantee you probably would have broke the record.
Oh, for sure.
To hit 127 and then that, I mean, shout out to you guys. But one more thing on sports before we hit the break. Ice Spice comes from a talented family. I guess it's breaking news now. Her brother's like a 5-star quarterback out in New York.
Is her brother fine?
What? This is Ice Spice brother, Joey Gatson. He's a 5-star quarterback in
Is
New
he
York.
Sporty Spice?
He's a quarterback. He's a dual threat quarterback. He runs a 4.5. Yeah. He's actually like going like a prep school too.
This defense thought I was killing him?
That's what I'm saying. Poor guy. I wouldn't want to be there. Nah, especially like team, like going against other teams.
Yeah.
Like, the trash talk. You see Deshaun getting like hella mad Monday night too? I guarantee you they're saying some wild ass shit to Deshaun.
Oh, for sure.
And then it's probably what's gonna happen to him too.
Shout out to Sporty Spice.
Yeah, shout out to Sporty Spice. I like that.
Making plays.
Joey Gatson, aka Sporty Spice.
Yeah, bro.
Poor kid. He did not want this to get out.
AKA, oh no, not a chance. AKA Sporty Spice. Shout out to him.
He's officially done Sporty Spice. Chris, can you tell us about Glorious Cannabis?
That is. Did you hand me the wrong read? You handed me the wrong read,
Sorry.
Parker. Damn.
Gassy,
No.
aggressive, all that good stuff.
No. Parker handed me. I think yesterday.
My
So
bad.
I was going off of yesterday's.
Oh, you're
so
good.
are we doing Glorious?
We're doing Glorious.
Okay, we're doing Glorious. All right. Well, I'm gonna wing this because I don't have it in front of me here. Glorious Cannabis. Try it. No, I'm kidding. It is the best ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It is inspired by Detroit football. It is a gassy, aggressive strain, and it smells like the first whiff of a playoff victory in 31 years. That has got to be a good smell, a bittersweet smell. You can get it at gloriouscanna.com using the code Woodward Glorious for 25% off.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization, we serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Outdoor Equipment Company. Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, and parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, Ellis Tractor, Steel, and more. Servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground.
How about Chris doing a read for one of our advertisers? He goes, "Try it." Just kidding.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Easy Joe, my guy Spin My Rex.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth is gone, so we have Parker filling in for him.
Shout out.
How many times do you think I called Lucas Spin My Rex yesterday?
4.
Over under. Yeah, I think that's like right on the money, honestly. Luckily, I did it a couple times with Stick too, but his name starts with an S, so I could like spin it.
Spin it.
Yeah, sick. Stick My Rex. Hit the like button, guys. Haven't already. 5-star review, Spinny. You were gone for 2 days.
I was.
I talked to a lot of other people about the Falcons versus Detroit Lions game, but I haven't got to talk to you about it. How nervous are you?
I'm not too nervous. I'm really not too nervous. I think, under the tutelage of Dan Campbell and they got a bad taste in their mouth after that Seattle loss. I think they're going to go out there. They're going to right the ship. They're going to take care of business. Again, it's not like a world beater coming in here. It is the Atlanta Falcons. You got to stop the run. You can't turn the ball over, and you should win this game. So I hope to see, Isaiah Buggs, Broderick Martin, those guys available and ready in the lineup. But you got to go out there and win. You got to take care of business. This is a must-win game already, week 3. So you need to go out there and you need to take care of business because you can't be 1-3 going into Lambeau on Thursday night.
What makes you more? What is I guess the more deadly factor for the Atlanta Falcons? You think it's their offense or their defense in your eyes?
I think it's their offense for sure. I think we'll be able to put up sufficient points on their defense. We'll be able to keep up with them as much as we can, but we need to stop the run. We need to stop Bijan. You need to stop Tyler Algier. Make sure those guys don't get going. And you can't let Desmond Ridder beat you in your own home.
Do not let him cook.
No, do not let Desmond Ridder cook. I think it's, to be honest with you, I'm more nervous for the offense in this one. Just because I kind of hinted to this a little bit yesterday. Shout out to Lucas for filling in too. Lucas was cooking, but I think I'm more nervous for the Detroit Lions offense out of this one just because you have Amon-Ra banged up. And the last time I checked when Amon-Ra was hurt or banged up in this lineup, it didn't fare well for Detroit Lions. Thinking back to that Dallas game, the New England game, situations where Amon-Ra either wasn't available or just wasn't like himself. And that makes you a little bit nervous. And on top of that too, I think everything you look at for this Detroit Lions offense, I should say, is predicated off of like establishing that run. And we all know what Jared Goff is in the play action and when he has like the bootlegs and all that good shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
David Montgomery was that for sure.
Yeah.
With Jahmyr Gibbs, it's more of a question. I know Ben Johnson spoke with me today. He said he's confident Gibbs could do anything, but like just from what I seen, I didn't see that. And on top of that, you talk about David Montgomery missing. You're also looking at a situation where Taylor Decker, we're not quite sure if he's playing now, and the same situation too with Big V.
Yeah.
Although I do like the replacement for Big V.
Yeah, Glasgow's a very solid replacement for Big V. He's more than serviceable. He's a guy who started in this league for a while. So I'm not worried about that one as much. The Taylor Decker situation is hopefully he can make it back, but Matt Nelson didn't look too bad. He didn't look great, but he didn't look too bad.
He's the one, if I'm not mistaken, left that pressure with Goff through the pick 6, though.
Didn't look great, but he didn't look too bad. Like, obviously, he's not Taylor Decker, but you could do worse. I'm more worried about Montgomery. When David Montgomery's been in the game for the Lions, he's been a factor. He's been a weapon.
Yes.
He's been toting that bitch. So he's probably not going to play. I'm already assuming that he's going to be out. But Zonovan Knight, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Zonovan Knight to make some plays in this game. We've seen what he can do. We saw what he could do in New York when he was given spot starts, and he looks good. He looks like he could tote the rock a little bit. So you need to give it to him and lean on Jahmyr Gibbs as well. Because, like you said, Jared Goff, this Lions offense is built off running the ball. It all starts with running the ball, so you need to do that consistently before you can do anything in the offense.
I mean, what is something you guys are looking in for Jahmyr on Sunday? I mean, this is not a guy that's going to be running it up the middle every play. This is a guy that's very, very, very versatile. I mean, I need to see him running more routes like we've been.
I'm looking for speed and space. I know like Michigan fans might not want to hear that. Shout out Rich Rod, but I'm looking for speed and space with Jahmyr Gibbs. I want to see him catching the ball in the flats, a couple screen passes. I want to see some tosses, some outside zones, do different things where he can get the ball going. Because against the Seahawks, that outside zone run he had, if he would have got a solid stiff arm on Devin Witherspoon, that would have been a big game. Unfortunately, Devin Witherspoon, props to him, stepped up, made a nice tackle. But you need to give him more of those. You need to give him the ball going to the outside, maybe pull a couple of those big linemen to put in front of him and get him the ball in space where he has a chance to get going and make some things happen.
I'm with you too. I think I'm in line with that. Like put Jahmyr in situations where he's going to thrive. I mean, you're going to have to. There's no more David Montgomery. You're going to have to utilize Jahmyr. And it's not that they didn't last week. It's just not in all the ways they promised. Ways we have never seen before. He took a lot of passes out of the backfield, and they're all for like 4 yards per average in route ran. He led the team in receptions last week, and it really didn't do dick. I think he had a total of, like 40, 50 yards? Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. I think we're definitely going to miss David Montgomery. But the thing with the Falcons, though, what's hyped up around them is that run game. And deservedly so. I think Bijan is already a top 5, if not top 3 back in the game right now, and that's with the injuries included. I'm talking about to Nick Chubb. I mean, outside of CMC, you're light on names that would take over him right now that are currently healthy.
Yeah.
And 124. He is, man.
Yeah, but when you think about it, he kind of is, especially with Nick Chubb going down. I'd probably still take Austin Eckler over him. Josh Jacobs, I'd take him over him.
No way.
Yeah,
I'm taking Bijan over Josh Jacobs all day.
There's a couple guys, but Bijan, he looks like the real deal for sure.
He is the real deal. And he coined himself as the second coming of Barry. That was his guy. That's who he hopes to be, obviously. Everyone hopes to be Barry Sanders. But I got to be honest with you. That's why I'm more nervous about the offense because Dave Montgomery containing Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, I'm not that concerned about. This is a story we've seen before. In fact, I brought it up yesterday, but I didn't have the numbers behind it. Now I finally got to do homework on it. Only 4 running backs have rushed for over 100 yards on the Detroit Lions in the past 2 years. Obviously, the Carolina situation, 2 running backs did that day.
Yeah, I was about to say, how many did it that day? Chuba Hubbard and Dante Fowler.
But outside of them, nobody. Dalvin Cook did it collectively between like 2 games. But outside that, only 4 running backs have been able to do it. I heard this song and dance going against New York last year. And this is on the road going to New York. The strength of that team was their defense and their run game. Everything they did was predicated off the run, too. They had another dynamic back, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
22 yards.
Didn't Rashad Penny have a game last year?
Yeah, Rashad Penny. Saquon Barkley, 22 yards against the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, one thing they do for sure is they do contain the run well. And the only thing they suck at is obviously getting a pass rush.
Yeah.
And that's where you look at the weakness of Atlanta's offense is the passing game. Yeah, they do have Drake London. Yeah, they do have Kyle Pitts. But the question mark on them is Desmond Ridder. And can the Detroit Lions contain Desmond Ridder? I hope to God they can. Because if not, I'm joining all the AG hate train. Because that.
Yeah, if Desmond Ridder goes out there and balls on us, AG might have to go.
I would be highly upset.
Like, you cannot let that happen. You cannot allow that to happen. Desmond Ridder is nothing in the NFL. You cannot let him go out there and look like a serviceable quarterback. Not even that. I want him under 150 passing yards. I want him under 50% completion percentage. Like, you cannot let him go out there and do that.
They're the fourth best rushing attack in the NFL, but that's how they have to move the ball. One thing the Detroit Lions are good at is stopping the run game. It's flat out. When you look at the run stats for the Detroit Lions, you want to go back to 2022, and probably if you want to look towards a good side of it, midway through 2022, the whole entire season, the guys who ran the most on them had the highest amount of yards were the quarterbacks. I even go back to the Green Bay game. I think it was Aaron Rodgers who led them in rushing. I went back to actually the New York game. It was Daniel Jones who led them in rushing. Like, it's just the quarterbacks who get away from us. Now that is an issue for the Detroit Lions. Is, you know, if Desmond Ridder decides to tuck the ball and run, that could be a problem for you. And I do think they have a serviceable backup too in Tyler Heineke, if I'm not mistaken. But I think the Detroit Lions should be able to contain that offense. My concern is, can the Detroit Lions be as effective on offense without
I think they'll
David
be able
Montgomery?
to move the ball. Without David Montgomery, I think they'll be able to move the ball. Amon-Ra St. Brown is suiting up. It would take a cataclysmic event for Amon-Ra St. Brown to not play this week. I fully expect him to be there. I fully expect him to do his thing. I think they'll be able to run I like Zonovan Knight. I do. I think he'll be able to maybe not be as effective as David Montgomery, but he'll be able to run the ball between the tackles. And I'm not worried about the offense. I think they'll be able to move the ball and they'll be able to put points on the board.
Who do you think is going to be through? Like, who has to step up to I guess, be the guy?
For the Lions?
Yeah.
Offense-wise?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's got to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think with David Montgomery, a lot of those first down running situations, short yardage run situations are going to be short passes. It's because what's the difference between a 2-yard slant to Amon-Ra St. Brown and a David Montgomery run?
Mm-hmm.
Not much. So now that you don't have David Montgomery, you're going to have to lean on Amon-Ra St. Brown, a Jahmyr Gibbs, a Sam Laporta for those short yardage passes in run-down situations.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, too, like, I can't really name, outside the new guy they just got who's pretty good on blitzes, the linebacking core for the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, can you guys name any of them off the top of your heads? Like, it's one of those cores you have to look up. I know they have A.J. Terrell and they have Jesse Bates. Those are two guys I respect, but that's in the secondary mostly. Mm-hmm. But in the intermediate, I think you get away with Jahmyr Gibbs doing his work, and same thing with Sam Laporta. So, I could definitely – and by the way, too, I mean, this is Ben Johnson we're talking about, one of the hottest offensive minds in the game right now. I don't doubt they'll be able to move the ball. I wonder if it's going to be as effectively as if the whole team were healthy.
No, it's obviously not going to be as effectively as if the whole team was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
When you're missing, what are you going to say, 3 of your top 5 players on the offensive side of the ball with Taylor Decker, David Montgomery, and I'm not even going to say Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's playing. Yeah. But you're missing 2 of your top 7 players on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as effective. But they can make up for that in situations. You could still run the ball to the Jonah Jackson Penei Sewell side. You could still make sure you do things like that. You still give the ball to your playmakers in short yardage situations and let them do that. So it's not going to be easy or as easy or as fluent as we've seen it, but they still had pieces that could pick up the slack.
Benjamin Foe from the Woodward Sports Chat says all eyes on Gibbs this Sunday, and that's true.
That is true.
I agree.
All eyes on Gibbs.
Let's go to break real quick. I actually want to dive into that a little bit too. How long until we start having some concern with Jahmyr Gibbs? I don't know if you're there yet, but we'll have that conversation. But let me tell you first, when you're buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control of the sales process is absolutely key. So how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement anytime with no penalty at all whatsoever? It's as easy as calling my guy, Mark White, at 248-290-8242 for the minute-by-minute listing agreement. That's 248-290-8242 for the minute-by-minute listing agreement. Cancel your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty. It's markwhitesells.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At the Academy of Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house with a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field that can be used for 7-on-7 football. K-8 that features AM, PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, learning tree, K-8 athletics, academic games, and free breakfast and lunch. The Academy of Warren is now accepting new enrollments, so go to the academyofwarren.net. That website again, academyofwarren.net.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by my guys, Spinmo Rax, Young Chris, Parker in the TD booth. I'm sorry, on the ones and twos, not the TD booth. Before we went to break there, Spinny, I kind of wanted to bring up the Jahmyr Gibbs situation because it's been a hot topic all this week. I know you haven't been here, but we brought up some of the first 2 game stats for pro comps for Jahmyr Gibbs. We had CMC in there.
Yep.
We had LaShawn McCoy in there, Jamal Charles, Alvin Kamara. All of which
it's pretty good territory to be in,
right?
Yeah.
All of which had eerily similar first 2 game stats or statistics, I should say. They were lackluster to say the least. They seemed as if they were eased into the game. I think it was CMC who had the most carries and LaShawn McCoy who edged out the most yards in terms of rushing. With Jahmyr Gibbs, is there any concern about him? I see comments in Woodward Sports Chat, people calling him a mega bust. Do you have any of that?
No. It's way too early for that kind of talk. When I've seen Jahmyr Gibbs with the ball in his hands, he's shown me things that I'm like, okay, this kid's going to be good. This kid's going to do some things. He's going to make some people miss. He's going to get some yards. They're not giving him enough volume so he can go out there and do that. They're not giving him the ball enough in the right situations, in my opinion, to where he can use that skill, use that ability to do things like that. But I'm not worried about him at all. I see the talent. I see the talent is there. I see his ability to make people miss, and I'm excited to what he can do. This game, it is extremely important. I think they're going to force feed it to him. They should. They need to get him going. And like I said, it should be speed and space. It should be quick slant routes. A 5-yard out. Throw it to him on the screen. Pitch it to him coming off the left side. Give him some outside zones, some tosses, some sweeps, a reverse jet sweep. Something to get this kid the ball in his hands with space in front of him to make people miss. That's what you need to do with him. He is not a guy to where you give him the ball up the middle all the time and it's going to work. Will it work? Will he pop one of those eventually? Yes. But what he needs to do is get the ball in his hands with space to work in front of him. And they haven't been putting him in situations like that very much. So I need to see that a lot against the Atlanta Falcons. Because when I've seen him in space, when I've seen him running down the field, when I've seen him making people miss, I've seen shades of something that will look very good if that continues to happen. So I'd like to see him utilized a little differently than what he was against Seattle, but I'm not worried about him. I'm not calling him a bust yet. If you call him a bust after 2 games, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way too. If you're saying the word bust, you're just an absolute moron at this point. You have to give this thing time. We gave you the numbers of elite backs that have similar skill sets to Jahmyr Gibbs. All the numbers across the board were lackluster. The amount of touches were lackluster. It's obviously a common theme for the easiest guys into it. Now, obviously, you have a guy like Bijan Robinson who hits the ground running. I know he's a running back, no pun intended, but he's also considered a generational back.
Yeah.
I mean, as I said earlier, I consider him a top 5 back in the league right now. Only guys I'm taking over him is probably a healthy Barkley, healthy Chubb. Who's CMC? Eckler. I don't even know, bro. I think he's a better runner than Eckler.
Eckler's great. Eckler is the most slept-on player in the NFL.
But right now, I would say Bijan Robinson is the top 5 back in the league. Especially if you're talking about guys who's readily available right now too, like fresh legs. I mean, Bijan's there. I think that's where people start to get a little upset when you compare him to that. But again, he's on pace to still do great things. And on top of that too, you do have to consider the fact that he isn't just a running back. You do want to see him in space, like you said, running certain routes out of the slot. And if I'm being honest with you guys too, we're not having this conversation if he doesn't fuck up and drop that ball from Jared Goff before the end of the half last week. If he catches that, quite honestly, I think that's a touchdown, if not a field goal.
Or slipped the first week against Kansas City. You remember he had an out. He had a pitch. He slipped. That would have been a touchdown.
That's true.
So it's like, yeah, it sucks, but I've seen the flashes to know that this kid's going to be good. He just needs the ball in better situations.
Yeah, again, there's not even a conversation if one of those 2 things don't happen. And it's his rookie year. So guess what? You're allowed, if not expected, to have those little bit of mistakes in terms of and again, Bijan's doing something different, but Bijan's just different.
Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement that Bijan's a better back.
Yes.
And I'm not even discounting him out of the backfield too. His first touchdown was a receiving pass.
No, he's a monster. Bijan Robinson is a monster for
fucking
sure.
Disgusting.
And with the Atlanta Falcons, they're pretty good against the run. So Right now, they're ranked number 4 against the run in the NFL. I mean, you got to also think about who they played. They played an Aaron Jones-less Green Bay Packers team. They played Miles Sanders and the Carolina Panthers. But I think this is a week. I mean, he's projected to have 48.9 yards this game, but I think it's probably going to be a little bit more than that. And I personally think this is going to be a game where Jahmyr shows everybody and proves everybody wrong, and to the point of, can we see him potentially not do as well as we all hope he is going to in the first 3 weeks? I mean, we've already seen his game against Kansas City was great. He didn't go 100 yards. He didn't do all that kind of stuff. It wasn't all the flashy stuff, but we saw sparks. We saw what he can eventually be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is the game where he's going to have to prove it. They're going to have to utilize him as a weapon. And it's not just because of David Montgomery's gone too, but with Amon St. Brown being banged up, I really think Jahmyr's got to step up in the passing game.
Definitely.
The 48.5 yards, is that on rushing yards? Or
Rushing.
Like, I don't even know I still don't know if he'd hit that, but I definitely tell you if there's a receiving prop out there that's under 30 yards or 32 yards, I would take it all day.
Yeah,
I'll take it all day. Chris? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, the thing is with this game against Bijan, the guy we're talking about, like, this is going to be a game that he's going to be extremely motivated to play well. And, you know, obviously he's not at the point where he can call his shots and be like, hey, Ben Johnson, I need the ball 80 times this game because I'm trying to run it down Bijan's throat. But at the end of the day, this is a game that he's going to get up and he's going to be up for. So I think that's another like component that people are just kind of glossing over. Everybody's talking about Bijan versus Gibbs, but I don't think anybody's talking about really the mentality of what that's going to do.
Yeah, for sure. You know, they're going to be compared for their entire careers, and they're different players. So we're going to see that. But if you want to know who is in, who is out before the Lions play against the Atlanta Falcons, you just got to check out the Lions Insider Show, Woodward and Maine, hosted by Gabby D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster. It's on Tuesdays from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. It is the Lions Insider Show on Woodward Sports. Make sure you guys check it out.
And one thing I want to point out, too, I saw somebody in the World Sports chat mention that Atlanta's offensive line, which maybe I shouldn't go this route, especially after the Seattle game, but, like, and I don't even like these advanced analytics, but technically speaking, Atlanta's allowed the second most pressures in the NFL through 2 weeks. Now, what does that mean? Probably not shit. Obviously, Detroit Lions showed you they can't generate a pass rush, but I think that line's a little bit overrated. They also got a rookie on the O-line, too, Bergeron. Now, we've had our own rookie step in and play excellent right away. I don't think he is the elk of Penei Sewell. I really think offensively this Atlanta team can be locked down. It's just whether Desmond Ridder can make the play, whether it's running the football or getting it to one of his playmakers, like Kyle Pitts or Drake London.
I cannot say confidently that with what the defense has been, with what we've seen, and with the pieces they're missing, that we're going to lock down this Atlanta offense.
With what the defense has been, though, it's been great against the run. And that's the strength of their offense. So I can confidently say it. I can.
I don't know.
I look back at the
you thought the defensive line would have had a field day against a Seattle team missing both of their starting offensive tackles and losing their starting center mid-game.
Getting sacks is uncharacteristic of them. Stopping the run is a characteristic of this defense.
I don't know if getting sacks is uncharacteristic of them when you look at what they did last year as rookies with Aiden Hutchinson and James Houston.
James Houston
you have Romeo Okwara, who's had a 10-sack season in his career. Charles Harris, who has, would you have 9 sacks in a season in his career. I would say that matchup was a lot better, a lot more favorable than the Lions' run defense against the Atlanta Falcons' run offense, based on the situation going into it. Knowing they're down 3 of their starting offensive linemen in both tackles and only having a linebacker come away with a sack is embarrassing.
It's definitely embarrassing. But going into that situation, you could have that conversation. The reality of it is James Houston broke his ankle in that game. He was gone. And Aiden Hutchinson was the only person getting pressure. Getting pressure wasn't a key attribute of this defense heading into the season. Yeah, we hope they'd be that because you had the year 2 of Aiden and James Houston. But again, James Houston gone. Charles Harris, he had the 7.5 sack season. Yeah. Romeo Okwara had his 9.5 sack season. Yeah. History, gone, finito. Obviously, those guys aren't what we thought they'd be consistently enough. Aiden's kind of the only one on that line right now. But stopping the run, again, going back to the entire 2022 season into this season, only 4 running backs have rushed for over 100 yards in a single game against the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are good at stopping the run. Say what you like. I think AG even addressed it today. He said, I like what we did in the run defense. Obviously, passing is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, though, and AG said, maybe somebody has to scheme up to get a little bit more pressure on these guys versus just allowing the 4 to rush. But
no matter
it's
how
on him now.
No matter how bad Desmond Ridder is, If he's given 4, 5, 6 seconds, he's going to be able to make throws to the weapons you have. They have Kyle Pitts. They have Drake London. They have guys on the outside. Mac Hollins, like, he looked pretty good. They have guys on the outside that can get the ball to. So I think getting pressure is an important part as well, because even if you're Desmond Ridder, if you're standing back there with nobody in your face for 5 seconds, you're going to hit the open guy.
Yeah, you have to get pressure. And I don't even know. I mean, I guess Brian Branch can be like utilized like that in certain blitzes. You know, we saw him fall off with Geno and miss a sack last game, but obviously I think he's one of those chess pieces that's going to be able to move around and send after a quarterback, and he's got that dog in him too. I would like to see him send after a quarterback, but that is the concern. Is if I'm confident we could slow down the run, if not stop it. It's just, how often are we going to see Drake London matched up against Jerry Jacobs? How often are we going to see Kyle Pitts matched up Alex Anzalone? Because as much as I think Alex Anzalone played respectable last year, rewatching that Seattle game, he was getting cooked. And it wasn't just Will Dissly. It was freaking Patrick Parkinson's and freaking Noah Fant too. It didn't matter who was in there at the tight end position. And now you're looking at a guy who's breaking off of routes and being open constantly, and Kyle Pitts is just not getting the ball because Desmond Ridder's not cut like that.
I think it needs to be Derek Barnes and Jack Campbell for a majority of this game.
Yeah.
Derek Barnes to stop the run, Jack Campbell to play some coverage on these big tight ends that Atlanta has. I think those are your two linebackers that complement each other the best. Because Derek Barnes...
Bro, your comment is wild. That comment is wild.
Had to be said. But Derek Barnes has looked very good against the run. Derek Barnes has looked like a demon going against the run. So you need him out there to help you stop the run. And Jack Campbell, with his size and athleticism, he should be able to keep pace with some of these tight ends that Atlanta has.
For our audio listeners, on the YouTube chat, we have this guy. I think he's got to be in jail to be watching Detroit sports shows all day long. But as Cash, he's an Atlanta fan talking shit, and Spinney comments back, "Atlanta is literally a city rotting of AIDS."
AIDS capital of the country. I mean,
Spinney, you're wrong with that, bro.
You're not wrong.
Free Sug.
Traverse City, the cocaine capital.
The only good thing to come out of Atlanta is rap.
That's probably true. Yeah, music.
JID, Thug, Future.
A lot of
Gunna.
Yeah.
Gunna, Outkast,
you're not wrong. If you needed some defense against AIDS, Spinney, what would you sign up for?
Defend the AIDS.
I would not go to Atlanta, but you can sign up for Guardian Alarm, because Guardian Alarm will offer you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. And Deion Sanders, he's great coming out of Atlanta too. 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Good, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, shit. Go in.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
Experience the true meaning of exceptional cannabis products with Dispo Dispensary. With over 12 locations, including the new location in Whitmore Lake, they're your local cannabis plug. Guys, if you can't roll up, we'll be there all day tomorrow in the Romeo location. Free food, free thing, make sure you guys come through. On top of that, too, if you're not able to make it there, they'll deliver it to you. Just visit DISPOshops.com. That's DispoShops.com. Dispo, your local cannabis plug.
JB might deliver it to you.
Can't wait for another T-burger.
They're not going to be there.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Was that what he said?
I checked the schedule and it said they're at the Whitmore Lake Dispo on Friday.
Oh, that's all right. That Mexican truck is good too.
Oh, I love that Mexican truck.
The pork ones, whatever. Is that you got? Yeah. That was the unlocked.
I told you.
That was honestly.
Unless they got carne asada, you get pork from a Mexican truck.
How crazy though! You go re-up on payday and just get free food on top of it. Like this, I love this. Shout out the guys over there. Spinny. By the way, welcome back. Hit the like button. 5-star review. Woodwardsports.com, woodwardsports.com, all that jazz.
Podcast.
5 stars.
I think I'm good on the run defense. I think I've established that, but the pass rush has been known for.
Pass rush is abysmal. Pass rush is embarrassing. Pass rush is honestly disgusting. Like, it needs to get better. There is no reason for you to only have 1 sack through 2 weeks with what we expected to be out of Aiden Hutchinson and the team around him. The other guys need to step up. I know it's not on Hutch, but you got to get the guy down eventually. I need to see you take him to the ground. He's been playing great. He's been all over the field making plays, getting pressures, but pressures only count in horseshoes and hand grenades. Like, you need to go out there and you need to get him down on the ground. He needs some help from other guys on this team. We need Ali McNeil to step up. Charles Harris has been fucking nowhere to be found, lost in translation. Like, what the hell is he doing out there? You got to have somebody else that can be better than what Charles Harris is giving you, because he's giving you absolute dog shit. So you need to go out there, and I don't know if it's stunting. I don't know if it's sending blitzes, sending a safety down. You need to do something to put pressure on the quarterback. Not just put pressure on the quarterback, to put him on the fucking turf. I'm done with the pressures. I want sacks. I don't care about pressures. I want sacks. You can cut that all you want. I want to see them go out there and put that man on the turf. It needs to happen. Big sack energy.
Big
Aiden,
sack energy.
Like, I understand you're doing your thing, bro. I can only ask you for so much, but you're the only one we got right now. You got to throw that man on the ground.
Yeah, Glover Quinn came on, and as always, he said the most, I guess, eloquent way. Or you have Micah Parsons, who's behind Aiden in sacks. I'm sorry, in pressures. But yet alone has way more sacks.
Yes.
How is Micah Parsons able to get schemed up and open for these opportunities at the quarterback, and Aiden isn't? Now, obviously, there's an obvious conversation, and maybe Micah Parsons is better, which I believe is also part of the case. But also, as a defensive coordinator, we need AG to step up and give Aiden Hutchinson these opportunities to get these one-on-one matchups with whoever it is to get to the quarterback. Because obviously, he's the only one there available to do it, and we have to send him in whatever type of special packages we need to get it done. I saw a lot of people complaining about Houston stepping back into coverage and whatever the hell else. You guys all loved it when Aiden Hutchinson was getting interceptions last year. You guys are all over, oh, it's so genius, it's so brilliant. The same thing, too. Another difference is James Houston literally played the Sam linebacker position, which can drop back in the coverage to linebacking position. But I'm concerned
Mike
about
Bell
the
in the
pass
Woodward
rush.
Sports Chat makes a good point. He says, I think we are all underestimating the loss of Pascal.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, it's the guy could get pressure from the inside. The guy could do multiple things. You need that. You need John Kaminsky to play the inside. You need him to start picking it up and get some pressures on the quarterback. You need Ali McNeil in his body transformation to be able to push that guard back in Desmond Ritter's lap and make some noise.
Yeah. We are missing Josh Pascal in many ways. I think maybe, I don't want to even think about it. Maybe miss him in the run defense too. But they still contain Kenneth Walker to 42 yards. Again, that's some of the most impressive, 2 to 4 yard runs I've ever seen. Dude was breaking 4 to 5 tackles.
That's all he did at MSU.
But there's another dynamic back that the Detroit Lions held to less than 50 yards. Was Kenneth Walker. I think they could do in the runs, the passing game. I just don't know how they're going to do it without sacrificing somewhat in the air. I think they're going to have to do a couple of different blitzes, or maybe just move Aiden around. Maybe make him a roaming. I don't know how you fix it. I'm not the defensive coordinator. It's not my job to figure it out.
No.
But for the sake of defending Glenn, I hope AG does.
It's on Aaron Glenn. This is a big game for Aaron Glenn. This is probably the most important game of Aaron Glenn's tenure in Detroit.
I think that's fair.
Because you cannot allow Desmond Ridder to come in here and look like he has a pulse.
I think
that cannot happen.
What are you going to say, Chris?
I was just going to say the simple solution is if the pass rush sucks, just abandon it completely. Put Aiden Hutchinson in the backfield. You know he's going to get interceptions. The dude can get interceptions. Just add another safety. Aiden Hutchinson safety. Problem solved.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he did it before. AG's done it before. Do you think he'll do it, though, is the question now.
Arthur Smith does look like a pedo.
He does look like a pedo. He's either like a pedo or on the SWAT team. The freaking cop mustache.
I'm searching for pedo.
I have a little something on the Atlanta Falcons. Because Arthur Smith with the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. This team right now is eerily similar to a couple years ago from the Tennessee Titans. I mean, they have a star running back. They have one star safety in Jesse Bates. They have one star wide receiver in Drake London. What were the Tennessee Titans when he was there? One star wide receiver, A.J. Brown. One star wide running back, Derrick Henry, Kevin Byard. I mean, this is very similar. So I think he's running this team very similarly to how he was back then, and it's it's working out for him, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
2 games in the season, but who've they played? You know,
Green Bay and Carolina.
Although I do think Green Bay is gonna be all right.
You played a rookie quarterback in his first career NFL game, and then you played, like you said, Parker and Aaron Jones-less Green Bay.
Yeah, and Christian Watson-less too.
Yeah,
and David Bakhtiari-less too.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think that kind of plays into the Lions' favors. They haven't had that fall yet that the Lions have had so far this season. Like, that losing to Seattle was a very, very big wake-up call for the Lions.
This is going to be the most energized Lions team we've seen in a long time. I think the will of this team alone is not going to allow them to lose this game.
I loved that clip Dan Campbell had yesterday of, he says, he started off with saying, "Man, I hate losing, but I love where we're at." Yeah. That just got me fired up when he started talking about this is exactly where we want to be. I know what we got in this locker room. I know we'll respond. Like, I love that shit.
It's literally a piece of humble pie they got this weekend. And I don't think they're in over their heads by any means. I felt like they were still concentrated and focused on the mission, but like, sometimes you need to be humble to be reminded. It's any given Sunday out there, and you have to give it your best every single time. And every single opportunity you have the chance to make a play, go out there and do it. I mean, that's how Dan Campbell coaches. That's how Dan Campbell is as a human being. So I think you definitely need to. I mean, I don't like that they lost, but I agree. I think this gives a little shot in the arm they needed.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth when you are coming off the high of beating the Super Bowl champions to go into your home game, team's hyped up, you lose a couple serious players due to injury, and you lose to a team that you should have beat. It's not going to taste well. It's not going to taste good. You need to go out there and you need to take care of business against the Atlanta Falcons because this is a team you should beat. At home, coming off that loss, even with the injuries, you should beat this team.
Yeah, the injuries again, too. If you guys missed it, Kirby Joseph sat out again today in practice. Amon St. Brown was back. Taylor Decker, Kirby we're seeing on the sidelines working with trainers. I don't know what that means. And if I didn't hear it myself, at least I can't remember the statement, but somebody mentioned, whether it was in the Woodward Sports chat yesterday or on my Twitter at some point, that Dan Campbell said some guys are going to miss this week. They're going to play in Thursday's game. And some guys aren't going to play in the Thursday's game. They're going to play this week. And I'm curious, like, how that pertains to the Kirby Joseph and Taylor Decker thing.
Yeah.
You know? I'm assuming those would be the two guys to miss. And then
I'd rather
be
Taylor
back for the
Decker play
divisional
this game and then Kirby play on Thursday, if that's how it goes.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I think, I mean, Desmond Ridder, as like mid, I guess maybe the word, as mid as he is, doesn't throw a lot of like interceptions. He throws a lot.
Because he doesn't throw a lot of passes.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, you got to throw the ball more than 3 times a game.
I think he only had like 140 something yards the week 1, and then week 2 obviously had 240 something, but they're in a position where they had to.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, they did well. I mean, he threw a pick 6 straight to Yair Alexander and he dropped it. Threw a couple of like interceptable balls too. One to Quay Walker as well. I don't know if that's to the Packers defense, because I do think they got a solid defense, or just to him making boneheaded decisions and just getting kind of like lucky with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kirby is one I want in this game for that reason. You know, to take the ball away from them, and then we could just dominate the ball, hopefully running it like we like to do.
Who do you guys think is going to be the biggest benefactor on the defense for the? Well, not benefactor. Who do you think is going to be the biggest X factor for the Lions against the Falcons this week for the defense?
I think it needs to be Lee McNeil. I think I need to see Lee McNeil, first of all, stuffing the run, and then going out there in passing downs and creating some push from the interior defensive line. It needs to be Lee McNeil. He needs to have a monster game.
I think it's I don't know what situation it is with the linebacker. I know they like to like swap him out every once in a while. I think it's Tracy Walker. You have a guy in there that's obviously great against defending the run. He has 200 tackles in the past 2 years he actually played. And then he also can play the pass too. He's originally a free safety. In this situation, he's kind of knocked down to that strong safety. He can deliver that too. But that's a guy you're looking to both play against the run and play against the pass too. And way to burn a topic we had, Parker. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think a guy like Brian Branch and Tracy Walker are guys that definitely need to go to the next level on Sunday. Like Brian Branch, we've seen what he can do against Kansas City. Can he do the exact same? Not even the exact same thing. Can he do somewhat similar to what he did in Kansas City against Atlanta?
I think, I mean, I said it yesterday. Actually, no, I said it in the Bruder and Broner Sports chat. Bruder and Broner show in their chat yesterday. I think Brian Branch is due for a turnover this weekend.
You keep on getting this call, man. This guy keeps on calling. Do you know
how to answer it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, screen them, and we'll go to break, and we'll take them when we get back. Sweeney, can you tell us about Planet Fitness?
I can tell you about Planet Fitness because Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone. You can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. You can get a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in a 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for $10 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card for $24.99 and get use of all the amenities. Planet Fitness, you can join in-club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
What could be better than playing and watching golf with celebrities like Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, and Tim McCollum? Playing golf yourself and being treated like a celebrity, that's what. Stop in any Randy Wise dealership for your chance to play golf like a celebrity. VIP transportation, free golf to one of Michigan's best tracks, and a tasty steak dinner after compliments of Fairway Packing Co. Make the wise decision and get Randy Wise today for your chance to win. What up, Dow? Welcome back to Whatever It's Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy. Join my guy Spin More Racks.
What up, Doe?
The new and approved Spin More Racks. New Abby Spin More Racks. Dude was spinning that V-Bucks yesterday.
I was spinning some V-Bucks.
Bought a couple Fortnite dances on your bitch, by the way. We got young Chris in the TD booth.
Floss on your bitch's booty hole.
Hey, yo.
I got nothing after the booty hole one.
My pussy pink, my booty hole brown.
The original next topic was, who's going to be the X Factor for the Detroit Lions tomorrow or Sunday?
Way to fucking go, Parker.
The freaking rookie Parker, the TD booth, fucked it up.
I'm not in the TD booth.
Whatever, dude. Maybe I fucked up.
Yeah, he did.
We'll jump around. You want to do a national topic and then back to Lions?
Sure.
We're talking about too early, call out busts in terms of like Jahmyr Gibbs. And I'm mixing this one with a couple other stuff too, but like
Justin Fields.
Well, you know that's a guy's a bust, certified bust. Unless he goes somewhere with like a offensive guru, I don't know. Bryce Young. The concerns like his size, already week 2.
I told you it's 5'3".
Dude's out.
You didn't believe me.
He wore lifts.
He did wear lifts. He was standing on his tippy toes wearing lifts at the NFL draft. I mean, I'm not ready to call anybody a bust after 2 games of their NFL career. Does it suck that he got hurt? Yeah, but I'm not calling anybody bust until I see at least a full year out of him.
How's it looking though?
It's not looking great.
What's the forecast say? Do you think Anthony Richardson's looking probably like?
Anthony Richardson's looking pretty damn good. CJ Stroud looks good too.
CJ Stroud looks good too. No interceptions out of the way too.
Yeah.
He has a couple fumbles, but he has no offensive line really.
Yeah.
They got some work to do over there, but actually, how's Will Anderson been doing?
You mean Will
Levis? Will Anderson's been doing well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Will Levis been fucking healthy scratches, healthy
riding that bench.
Yeah, healthy and active.
Fucking
Tyree Wilson. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? I apologize. That's what I was gonna say.
Mel Kiper, fucking Will Anderson's the best quarterback in the draft. Not looking so great, bro.
Will Levis.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Will Anderson has 9 tackles and a sack.
That's what happens when you drink mayonnaise.
What about Jalen Carter? Pull up a boy Jalen Carter. I know he's got a sack on there. I was wondering how many tackles.
I don't want to talk about Jalen Carter.
I know. That is a little bit depressing. Yeah. I want to say this, though. to the Tyree Wilson crowd. And I know it's a little bit early. Obviously, only 2 games in. But the film on this guy, absolute shit. Garbage. Baldy. Obviously, guys, if you're a Detroit Lions fan and you're on Twitter, you should know who Brian Baldinger is. He's always breaking down game film for all rookies or just all teams in general. He loves Detroit Lions. He just had one on Penn School today. But he had one on Tyree Wilson yesterday. He was disgusted. Yeah. The way he said, like you could hear it in his voice. He's like, what is this? What type of shit effort is this?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a guy that a lot of you MFs wanted on this team with pick 6. I just wanted to rub that one in.
Yeah, I didn't understand the Tyree Wilson stuff. He does not look good.
On top of it, too, wasn't he out with like a foot injury too? Like,
yeah.
Apollo
says Will Levis low key looks good. Yeah, he looks good. Riding the bench.
Yeah, riding the bench with the clipboard in his hand.
Damn right.
You know what else looks good? Christian Gonzalez.
Yes. Weird.
See Tyreek Hill.
Weird. Who were the 2 players I wanted in the draft?
Jalen Carter and
Christian Gonzalez, who are looking like 2 best rookies so far, not named Bijan Robinson. Jalen Carter and Christian Gonzalez.
Brian Branch.
Sucks.
Brian Branch looks good too. Mike Bell says Anthony Richardson has to use his head. Pause. Making poor decisions so far. No, Anthony Richardson looks straight.
Yeah. Anthony Richardson looks pretty good.
I think he looks like the best out of all of them. I think as a passer, maybe.
C.J. Stroud looks the best.
Yeah, probably yes. And that's what we said too.
Yeah.
I will say this though: quarterback positions will be forever hard to judge. I've missed on way more than I've called it, and this is obviously only 2 games in when it comes to Anthony Richardson and C.J. Stroud. What were you gonna say, Chris?
I was just gonna say, ever since I seen the dude do a 360 throw, 50-yard dot, then a backflip after up the field, I knew this guy was just gonna be amazing. The dude is just too athletic to not be great, man. I love to see Anthony Richardson win. That was the guy that I wanted for the Lions. If it wasn't Jalen Carter, that was my number 2 option. Was get a guy like that.
I mean, it's crazy too. Just going back to the draft a little bit here too. Is I have all these analysts, including GQ, go over Quinn on the show and mention Aiden's the only one getting pressure to help if he had somebody else from the interior or wherever else helping alongside him. Now, obviously, the answer wasn't Tyree Wilson. I kind of told you guys that, but the Jalen Carter situation, it's.
How was GQ? He's always a good interview.
He was great.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What did he say about CJ?
About CJ Gardner-Johnson?
Yeah.
He's close with Tracy, so obviously it's unfortunate for CJ. That's actually a topic we probably get into too, but Tracy's more than capable of stepping up and playing to a level with Detroit Lions.
Oh, for sure.
Need him. And that's the reality of it too. The Detroit Lions won those 9 games last year. Neither Tracy or CJ were a part of that. Obviously with Deshaun Elliott there for the strong safety type, but I think Tracy's gonna fill in that role seamlessly. He was already one of the leaders, even though he was not playing, was still a vocal leader for the young guys too. So he knows their tendencies and everything else. He's helped teach them. So I think Tracy will step in and it'll be a seamless transition.
Yeah.
But the interior defensive line, that one hurts. Has Cansey done anything? Has anybody heard anything?
I haven't heard anything about him. But a rookie that has been making an impact?
Who?
Puka Nacua from the LA Rams.
That's for sure.
That is a dog. 4th round pick from BYU.
Yeah. He's looked pretty good. Stafford's force feeding him that rock, but he's making plays.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
Speaking of looking good, Stafford looks damn good. Stafford looks goddamn good.
Yeah, Stafford looks
as long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah. I'm going to pull up some numbers on that. Can't see. I don't know. I mean, I've seen one. It was against the Bears, who are obviously shit, but I saw a good pass rush out of him. But it was off a blitz. He was the 3rd person to come in.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, again, I liked Cansey. It wasn't a 6 overall pick for me.
Same.
And obviously, Lions ended up picking 6 anyway. I guess the only 2 people I'd rank over our picks is
Carter.
Obviously, Carter.
Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan.
Gonzalez.
Witherspoon looks straight too.
Witherspoon looked good.
I think obviously on that 4th down play, that was some BS. I thought the flag should have been
I bet you
there.
if Witherspoon didn't get picked by Seattle, we took him.
Yeah, that's the rumors.
216 JF says, don't let this chat outrage for Carter fool you. Most of them didn't want Carter anyways before the draft because of the whole car accident shit.
Yeah,
it's true. We caught a lot of slack from a lot of people when we said Jalen Carter should be the pick.
That's what I was kind of getting at too. How do you guys feel now? The anti-Carter crowd, now he's arrived. Not
again,
arrived.
I've said this. I'll say it again. I don't give a fuck what you do off the field, unless it is debilitatingly terrible, to where you're in jail or a drug addict. If you are able to play football and you are good at football, I will get over what happens off the field. Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, Jalen Carter, Ray Lewis, Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Shit happens, man. I'm not asking these guys to take my fucking sister out for dinner. I'm asking them to win me football games.
And it's literally, and that's the whole point I was trying to get to. I was talking about GQ and I got sidetracked. But like, talk about Aiden getting the most pressures. If you had one person back there alongside with him, or just like, I mean, Carter is like the number one person you want, but like someone who's even at least back there, like it wouldn't be so easy for Gino to take one step and evade Aiden and have him just over pursue him. You'd have somebody else there, either forcing Gino or whoever into like Aiden's lap. It's just how it works. But we got Gibbs. I think he's gonna be hopefully a tremendous talent at some point. And we got I like Laporta too. And those two guys you got out of that trade back, so we'll see.
But the thing about the draft is you don't necessarily need the best player out the draft. You just need your player to hit for you. Yeah. Like that's
It'd be nice to have the best player.
It would be nice. Obviously that is your goal.
Especially when he's there for you.
That is your goal, but at the end of the day, if Sam Laporta and Gibbs end up being useful players for a long time in Detroit, then those draft picks are not bad draft picks. Now,
no, they're not bad draft picks. We're not saying they're bad draft picks or bad players.
Oh, I know you're
it's
not.
Just what you had, what you needed, and what was ready for you to take was there. It hurts.
I agree. That's just more so for the chat that I see freaking out about, because I think a lot of people look at things as as boom or bust, when that's not really always the case. If you get serviceable players for a long time, for many years, it's worth it. It's worth it every time.
Easy. Dom Rivera in the Woodward Sports Chat says Puka. That's what my kids call farts.
Puka Nakuda.
That sounds like a fart name.
Puka Duka.
Kalamazoo real quick too. Parker, I apologize.
No, you're good.
Joey Porter Jr. looking good too. And here's your team deprived of some cornerbacks. Obviously, you want Emmanuel Mosley back by now too.
Oh God, so what's your sister's number?
But like, especially when you mentioned that Aiden Hutchinson needs that number 2 guy to help him out. Who's one guy you want that's currently in the NFL? Who's some guy that's an up and comer in college right now that you were looking?
It's way too early.
Well, I know early for college, but like we know Chandler Jones, as much as we might not understand what's going on with him in Las Vegas. Is that a guy that would help Aiden Hutchinson out? Is that a guy that you're interested in?
With Chandler Jones, I heard some wild stuff. It's not looking pretty for him. I don't want to speak on anything. I
heard that same shit.
Yeah.
And if that's the situation,
Chandler Jones probably done playing football.
Yeah. But we'll see the Chase Young stuff. Is that still heating up? What's going on there?
But we got Washington. They're 2-0.
Yeah.
Well, why would they?
They wouldn't sell.
Outside of like maybe not wanting to pay him.
They don't want to pay him. Yeah.
They can't afford to pay him. They just paid Deron Payne. They paid.
There's not wanting to sell and losing a good player, but there's also not wanting to get nothing for a guy you drafted number 1 overall. Or number 2 overall, whatever it was.
You got the Panthers, the whole situation where they kind of just lost. I mean, obviously, I think Bryce Young will be back at some point, but they're looking like they're going to end up with another top 10, top 5 pick. Maybe they're looking to sell that, Derek Brown, get you with some of him. Before you even do that read, I gotta ask, would you rather actually go and do the read? I'll ask you after.
I will. Let me tell you about the pregame show on Woodward Sports, hosted by Jeff Ifrady. And this one, you're gonna want to tune into this one this week because it's Jeff Ifrady and Neil Rule, and they've been calling each other bitches for the past 2 weeks. It's gonna be electric before the Lions and Falcons game, Sundays 9:30 to 11:30. Make sure you check out the Woodward Sports pregame show, hosted by Jeff Ifrady.
Shut up and take my money.
Now, what I wanted to ask is, obviously, Detroit Lions are void of a pass rush. We all want somebody else to aid Aiden Hutchinson, no pun intended in that. Would you rather come from the interior or from the edge?
Interior.
Interior?
Yes.
Me too. So I'm thinking Derek Brown from the Panthers.
Oh, man, that would be nice. But they weren't trying to sell him last year. Or they weren't trying to sell him
That's true. The
offseason. I mean, if you can make that happen, I would definitely take that. But
yeah, they're definitely not actually selling
I don't think they're selling it.
I'd look to maybe like a Vita Vea, but I don't think he's going anywhere either because they're off to 2-0 start. I don't think these teams are obviously going to end up being good. Well, obviously the Panthers are already 0-2, but I'm just thinking of defensive lineman that would on a shitty team that maybe they're looking to sell. I think Tampa's going to want to sell at some point. I think when they signed up for Baker Mayfield, they didn't expect to make any type of playoff run. And yeah, you could say they're on a 2-0 start. The Falcons fan cash and Woodward Sports Chat, you're off the 2-0 start. The Chicago Bears started 2-0 last year too, ended up with the number 1 overall pick. Fun fact.
Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder kid came around wearing that dress. I thought
a titty was out.
Full titty was out.
I thought full titty was out too.
Oh,
yeah.
Would have been a good day. But
they be dressing, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't gonna lie.
They be dressing for sure. They do be dressing.
Women be dressing.
Women be dressing.
Call me Ranch because I be dressing. But I'm excited to see what they can do. They're definitely gonna have to make a move if they want this to be the year, the Lions are going to have to make a move to get some help on that defensive line.
I'm just frustrated. I really wish that last week was a perfect time to show you had some type of like pass rush competence, but whatever. I might need some SMA spin.
You're not going to get an easier pass rush situation than you did last week.
Yep.
Period. Maybe the Vikings, because their offensive line's just ass in general, and Kirk Cousins isn't the best when he's trying to avoid pressure, but still.
Just a heads up, I did call it last time I was on the show.
French toast.
I did say that the Lions' depth on D-line might be a little questionable.
Parker, everyone said that.
You guys both disagreed with me.
Disagree? What do you mean? We want Jalen Carter for that reason.
Yeah, the interior defensive line, not the rest of it.
Yeah.
And they lost some of their depth. James Houston died. Julian Okwara hasn't played. That does hurt. They would. I guarantee they got at least 1 or 2 sacks if James Houston played the rest of that game. But let me tell you about SMA. SMA, or the sports marketing agency, helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live this Sunday for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. It's going to be at Eastern Market, shed number 5. It's going to be a banger. Start at 9:30 until game time. The official Lions tailgate is back and better than ever. How would you like to party at Woodward Sports and be treated like a VIP? Free food, free drinks, and entertainment all included. Get your tickets online at bullseyeeventgroup.com. That's bullseyeeventgroup.com. Or for free tickets, the possibility of free tickets, DM Lions VIP to Woodward Sports on Instagram. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy Joe, my guy Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris. JB Smooth is gone. I believe he's at 5 Iron Golf. Make sure you guys tap in for one of those golf leagues. We have Parker filling in. Fucking everything. I'm just kidding. Not fucking everything up. Yep. One time.
As I usually do.
Still love you, though.
I know. I love you too, Easy.
Good.
Fuck you.
I love you, Spenny. I just want to let you know that.
I do want to. I'm talking about the acquisitions for the Detroit Lions team. I don't have a ready-made answer for you. There's no rumors of a ready-made answer. We're kind of just hoping that what we have works at some point. I don't know.
We need Puka Nacua to start choking and Matt Stafford to start throwing interceptions so we can get Aaron Donald.
Yeah, yes. I concur.
Yes.
Somebody concur.
Kneecap Sean McVay.
Wait, huh? He gets to use his head though. You have to
somebody dome shot.
I'm not saying any of those things. I'm not inciting anything.
No, just like a couple weeks. I'm not saying ice the man. I'm just let play. Give him a concussion, make him miss a couple weeks, maybe a speech impediment, so he can't call plays as well.
Yeah, you don't gotta do any painting the house. It's nothing like that.
Yeah. I'm not asking to paint the house. Maybe just refinish the garage.
He wakes up. He's like, please tell me Jared Goff is our quarterback.
Yeah, he wakes up.
Please tell me Matthew Stafford thing.
I had a dream the trade didn't go through.
Yeah. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. 5-star review on podcast platforms. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Spinning. We're talking about acquisitions. One of those acquisitions for the Detroit Lions last year was CJ became an automatic leader of the team, like a heartbeat of the team, if you will. We called him, compared him to Rasheed Wallace. That's a championship team we're talking about. Sorry for bringing that up. I know, but
shit around this bitch.
I think a lot
Some
of
motherfuckers take everything around this bitch.
we know CJ GJ will be back, but I don't think any Detroit Lions fans will stop to ask themselves, will he be back as a Detroit Lion?
Why you gotta do this to me? I was having a good day, looking better, got the fresh cut, tat shining. I don't want to think about this shit, man. He's gonna come back. You gotta make him offer he can't refuse, and by that I mean like 2 years, $6 million coming off the injury. I want CJ back, man. I want him back this season. I want him back in upcoming seasons. The man's a baller. He's a playmaker. He brings a lot of energy to the defense. He's kind of an undisposable property that the Lions have. Like, you can't lose a guy like that for nothing. You lost the heart of your team in a Jamal Williams last year, and then you brought one in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who's a better player, and he talks this shit. Like, I love Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I want him to stay in Detroit for multiple years. I'm wishing the best for him. Hopefully we see him on the field again sometime this season, but I definitely want to see him out there next year.
I definitely want to see him out there too. I guess the one thing, I just saw a comment, I lost it. Mike Bell brings up that kind of scares me in that situation is B2 Bomber will replace CJ GJ. And to be honest with you, I felt that as his role the entire way through.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect him to see the field and be this ready to go this early in terms of Brian Branch, but I mean, he's not wrong. That's exactly what Brian Branch kind of is as a player. He's that hybrid nickel / like safety, and that's what CJ brings too. Now, obviously, I think could be beneficial if you have both of them. I think CJ GJ can play the safety position well. You saw him play it well against one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Patrick Mahomes in Week 1, but that's a possibility that he doesn't come back because of the CJ or Brian Branch.
Apparently, Chad Allen just woke up from a week-long coma because he said, has no one talked about Jawan Taylor and all his first false starts after playing us? No, they did. They cracked down on it. And
Yeah,
they said they would. So
he got called against the Jaguars a couple times too.
Of course, that's gonna happen now. You know.
Yeah, not against the Lions. Hey, we got a dub. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, no, dub's dub.
I'm kind of nervous. I think they can bring CJ GJ back. That's hard to say that many times in a row. Holy Christ!
I'm bringing CJ back.
Yeah. I think they can.
Them other safeties don't know how to act.
And it would be discounted too. But again, when you have Brian Branch, is it a priority? I don't know.
I think it's a priority.
Why come?
Why come? Because what he does for this team,
You have to
emotionally,
see what he does yet.
physically, spiritually. Like, you bring him back there, you put him out there.
Fucking everybody?
Yeah. Spiritually, emotionally,
physically, goddamn.
No, what he can do for this team, I think it's important to bring him back.
Just made my soul come.
I do think, though, that this injury kind of makes it more likely that he comes back, right? Because he did sign a one-year prove-it deal. And, you know, I think, unfortunately for him, he got injured. I could see him reeing up in a place that he clearly has just jumped right in and loved from the beginning. So I could see it possibly him doing another year deal. Like, look, this year we got robbed. Let's run it back. Let's make it happen. I think it's very possible that he stays past this season.
Parker?
What's up?
You have permission to speak.
Okay.
CJ GJ, is he returning as a Detroit Lion, or is Brian Branch here to replace him forever?
That's a tough question because we've seen Brian Branch play very good football. CJ GJ unfortunately went down week 2. I think we can definitely see him come back. I think he's going to want to ask for a little bit more money, but that's not a Brad Holmes guy, a Dan Campbell guy was with him in New Orleans. I think realistically, if we have a great season this year, even without him, I think it's a thing where he's going to be like, yeah, let's bring it back. Let me still be the heart of the team. It's just going to be, if he leaves, it's just going to be another one of those in and out situations like Jamal Williams. Pause.
Yeah. Run that shit back, man. That's what I'm saying. Bring him back,
Turbo.
Run that shit back, Turbo. Like, bring him back. Let him make some plays. I'd love to see it. He's a very important person for this locker room, and I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him come back for the Lions.
I think a guy that is going to be gone is probably Tracy Walker by the deadline.
By the deadline? I don't know.
I think that's a guy.
They literally just lost CJ GJ.
I think
hear me out.
Most important players for this team going
They'll
forward
sell
for
him
the
for.
rest of the
They'll
season.
sell him for something like
They're
an interior
contending.
defensive
I
line.
don't think so.
That's a wild.
If they're not contending, they're going to be selling.
Oh, that's fair. They're not contending. I could see that. But
Man, what a hater!
I'm not hating. I'm just being realistic.
They're not going to be contending. You don't think they're going to win this division now?
I never said that.
Well, then they're contending. They're not selling if they're going to win the division.
Worst case scenario, they are not going to be contending at that point. They won't be. The Packers are ahead of us still, technically, in points for. So, right now it's a tie between Green Bay. I understand it's week 2. It's going on week 3, but there is that reality. We don't go to the playoffs. There is that reality. And if that doesn't happen,
I don't see it as reality.
We sell. It's not 100% chance.
Who do you think wins the NFC North and not the Detroit Lions?
If it's not the Detroit Lions, the Packers.
I guess, do they scare you? Like, do you think they'll take the North?
No.
Then shut the front door, mate. They're not trading Tracy Walker. Come on now.
I think it's going to be mark my words, man.
So then you're saying they're not making the playoffs?
I never said they weren't making the playoffs.
Well, you're marking your words.
If they don't make the playoffs, if they don't make the playoffs, they will be selling, and I think Tracy Walker's a guy that they will be sending out.
At the deadline, if they don't make the playoffs, we won't know to the end of the season. So they're talking about an off-season move.
That too.
Listen, I mean, GQ was on the show. I spoke that too. As you know, this guy's not starting. He's not getting a lot of PT. He's a perfect trade candidate for another team looking to contend. But as of now, with CJ gone for more than likely the year, and I have this too. I don't think a lot of fans. You hear the news. Oh, we come back towards the end of the season. If you were a player who just got hurt on a 1-year deal, and you get the test free agency the following year, would you risk your body? Would you go back out there with the options of getting hurt?
No.
After already getting shit on by the league?
No.
You wouldn't. So if they're gonna do it, the CJ, and I don't know how the NFL works. So like after a certain standpoint, you can't like re-up deals or whatever the rules are. But at a certain standpoint, the Detroit Lions have to either re-up them during the season, towards the end of the season. That's gonna be a thing, or if not,
there could be a little wink.
I think he might be gone.
There could be a little wink understanding, you know.
Not a weak understanding. I don't know. No. I mean, I think obviously they'll give him an opportunity. If they're not going to re-up him now in season, obviously give him a chance to test the market. But in my opinion, kind of like I spoke on the Jamal Williams thing, I don't know if they're going to bring him back. The same thing with Tracy. And I know CJ. And I know CJ is so much of a upgrade when it comes to like an individual player over Jamal. It's just like that's another reason why. It's, that's a bigger contract you're asking for at that point. And you quite literally have his replacement already in Brian Branch. As much as it hurts to say, I don't think we see him back as a Detroit Lion. Let's take a considerable discount.
Yeah.
Or team-friendly deal. What are you going to say, Chris?
I think if he takes another deal like he has this year, you'd see him back. Yeah. You don't think they'd re-sign him for what they signed him 1 year, $6 million?
No, I think they do that for sure.
Yeah.
I think they do that for sure. I don't
coming
know if he's
off
trying
an injury?
But him coming off an injury, you trying to sign that type of deal?
I mean, I don't think he's going to get a long-term deal coming off of an injury.
I mean, he might get a little 3-4 something somewhere.
I'd give him 3 years, $4 million apiece.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a little bit worth more than that, but obviously he's coming off the injury too, so you don't know.
Exactly.
I mean,
the most money he'll get is on a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
And he's not going to get more than he got paid this year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could sign him to 2 years, 3 years, $4 million a year, I'm doing that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Let's see. But like I said, you got a guy who can, do what he does already on a rookie deal.
I'd rather have them both.
For sure. But I mean, it depends. I mean, Brad's a really calculative guy when it comes to the money. It seems like as of now, trading away Swift before the contract year, trading away Hawkinson before the contract year. Like he's really salary cap conscious.
That's not a bad salary cap hit, though.
He hasn't even made a commitment to Jared Goff.
Exactly.
But like in a statistical one, like we just think about money, like it's not like there's no point in making the investment.
I mean,
you
have to get somebody to fill that role.
No, you don't. You have Brian Branch right there already. You moved him out of his role into safety position.
Then who's playing nickel? You cool with Will Harris playing nickel for you?
Brian Branch is playing nickel.
Then who's playing safety?
Tracy Walker.
Then you cut Tracy Walker if you're re-signing C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I'd rather have a healthy C.J. out there than Tracy Walker.
We'll see what they do. What do you say, Chris?
I was just going to say, I mean, two things. One, they'll have a lot of extra money when they let go of Jared Goff. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there is that. But no.
That's a midseason trade candidate.
Serious. Now, that's a sell at the deadline.
Kabow.
Mark my words.
New York Jets, you listening?
If it comes down to next year, if they're looking between a Tracy Walker and a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who would you rather have? Obviously, Tracy's the guy this year. Tracy's ready to go this year.
Yeah. I'm not going to downplay Tracy. I think this defense is better
so he's like
for
a
Tracy to run around and do
Pro
whatever.
Bowler.
And this defense?
Yeah.
I don't know all that. I mean, CJ is the answer if he's fully healthy. I just don't. Again, what I had to learn from, or what I learned this offseason was like with the DJ Chark situation. I think obviously he offered a lot for this team, but I didn't know behind the scenes he was dealing with like X amount of injuries. And you look at Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, stop trying to say CJ as many times. We look at Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he got hurt within that Philadelphia Eagles situation too. I wonder if that played into the fact of him not getting like a long-term commitment deal, because the player, there's no question, he is great. He is borderline elite at the position. It's just, is he there long-term? I think same thing with DJ Chark. He gave you something there. With these injuries, though, he wasn't worth the investment, clearly, for Brad Holmes' terms. You finished what you said, Chris? So I apologize.
Oh, no, the other thing I was going to say was that when it comes to Brad Holmes, and you talked about the market and DJ not wanting to take a risk, I think that Brad Holmes has built up good equity because with Jamal Williams' situation, I feel like some people gave him backlash for it because of what he did, the sentimental leader he was in the locker room. But at the end of the day, Brad Holmes put him in a position to where he was like, look, here's what we're going to offer you. If you could get a better deal, go get it. No hard feelings. And that's what Jamal ended up, Jamal ended up trying to play the market. And, who knows if he won or lost. But at the end of the day, he had complete leverage to do what he wanted. And I think DJ will be in a similar situation where they'll give him a respectable offer, and it's up to the market to beat it. And truthfully, I don't know. I mean, you can't predict what team is going to make what move in the offseason, but I think Detroit will give him a respectable offer, and so I think if you do that, the door is entirely open for him to return.
That's fair.
I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Easy.
I'm honestly open to it.
Tell us about your meat.
I'll tell you about my meat. It's the best meat around town. You want to know why? I get it from.
What color is your meat?
Hey, yo.
Because I get my meat from Fairway Packing Co. For over 60 years, Fairway Pack Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks, or order online at fairwaypacking.com.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
By now you know me, Christina Schnurry, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Now, how would you like to win a $100,000 cash trip to Vegas? Take your friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps.
Okay.
It's the Syntron Energy. Drink it and live it. You can purchase a 24-pack today online at drinksyntron.com/Vegas or at your local Meijer store. It's the Syntron Energy, the great tasting drink for people who desire to look good, feel good, and be the best versions of themselves. Go to drinksyntron.com/Vegas for more information.
Hey, I'm about to cook up a live parlay right now.
I'm about to cook.
And then I'll get back to you.
What? No.
Are you going to put it in the chat or in Slack so I can throw it up?
No.
We screenshot it.
Damn, San Francisco's minus 10.5.
I took it.
You took San Francisco?
Minus 10.5. Matter of fact, I took a minus 11.
That's a lot.
Bro, the Giants have looked awful. They're missing Andrew Thomas and Saquon Barkley.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Andrew Thomas, their best offensive lineman. Evan Neal working his way up. Working my way downtown, walking fast. Before we went to break, we were talking about the Detroit Lions bring back CJ, GJ. You can't just, not say you're going to talk and then just do that.
You inspired me.
Inspire you to do what? Having brain aneurysm?
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing?
What do you mean? That's the song. And I need you. And I miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time will pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk
Copyright.
1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight.
You on some real light skin shit right now.
It's a good song, bro.
Dude gets
It's
a
a
haircut,
banger, bro.
tattoos.
Tell me that's not a good song.
Is a banger.
Okay.
Absolute banger. Wasn't necessary.
Man cut his hair and got a tattoo. He wants to be Jeff Iafrate
He
so
wants to be
bad.
Jeff Iafrate so bad.
Yeah, Neil's a bitch.
You really cut that and send it to Neil.
I'm Jeff Iafrate.
Should get real awkward tomorrow.
I hate bees.
Hey, we're at Dispo Dispensary in Romeo, guys. Make sure you pull up on us tomorrow if you're in the vicinity. Free food and free yogurt. Honestly, it's like the best dispensary in the state. Literally the first campus mall. Moving on to other topics, though. I guess do you want to do the Derek Barnes one? Or do you want to do this 0-2 one?
We can do the Derek Barnes one. Chris, I put it in the Woodward Sports chatty. Or the heavyweights slacky.
Slacky?
Yeah, if you want to pull that out there. But what's this 0-2 one?
So I guess last year, I know the stat obviously of NFL teams that start 0-2 typically don't make the NFL playoffs. But I feel like we should start digesting that information based off last year's stats with teams like the Cincinnati Bengals that actually made it, because there's a 17-game schedule now. I understand during a 16-game schedule, that was a whole situation, you know what I'm saying? That was what was going down. But now we're on a 17-game schedule.
Also playoffs expanded.
Like things are a little bit different now. I was looking at the 0-2 teams this year in the NFL. Which ones do you expect to make the playoffs?
Who do we got? Who are the 0-2 teams this year?
Bengals.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
Chargers.
We got the Chargers.
Yikes.
Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings.
No.
Keep going, Parker.
Chicago Bears.
Nope.
Arizona Cardinals.
No.
Panthers.
Nope.
There's only 9.
Houston Texans.
Yep.
That was your team.
Yeah, it was.
Where's the first?
I don't know
baby?
why. Why was it your team?
I knew they weren't. I knew they weren't going to be better than. I knew they weren't going to be better than the Jags, but I like what they're building.
Denver Broncos.
No.
Russ is cooked.
New England Patriots.
No.
Los Angeles Chargers.
No.
No. Minnesota Vikings.
No.
Bengals.
Yeah, that's the team. Can they do it 2 years in a row? Can Joe B bounce back? Will it happen? I think so. If any team is going to do it.
They're about to go 0-3 this week,
Can
though.
Joe B throw that bitch back? Throw that ass in a circle.
Well,
he's out this week.
He's uncommittal. Yeah, he isn't committed on playing this weekend.
Ooh.
Or is it Monday night or Sunday night he's playing?
I think it's Sunday.
I think it's Sunday too.
Here, let me look that up for you real quick.
Yeah, he's not committed whenever he's playing.
I just put $10 on San Francisco defense anytime touchdown and San Francisco minus 10.5. $10 to win 55.
Monday 8:15.
I like the San Francisco anytime touchdown for sure.
Monday 8:15 against the LA Rams.
Yeah, so it is. So it's Monday night. That's what I thought. Jesus.
But this is the big one I cooked up. You ready?
Yes, Benny. Tell us your parlay. No one gives us.
Niners minus 10.5. Christian McCaffrey over 30.5 receiving yards. George Kittle plus 40 receiving yards. Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown. George Kittle anytime touchdown.
I'm kind of nervous about the Kittle.
Yeah.
Yeah, only because I feel like if it's gonna be a blowout, they'll be running the ball a lot more just to kill the clock. You know.
Yeah, that's why he gets it all in the first drive.
40 yards.
3 catches.
Could he really do? How many yards did he have last week?
3 catches, 40 yards, a touchdown.
If you guys want to ride with Spinny, lock her in. Say it one more time.
One more again.
I closed it already. It was.
All right, never mind.
That was good.
Fuck. It was.
Thanks for interrupting everything for that.
You're welcome. Oh, everything? What's your 0-2 team? Great segment there.
Chargers.
Chargers.
Good one.
Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you say like that? What do you? They're good. They're a good team.
Yeah.
Besides coaching.
Yeah. Brandon Staley's the only thing holding them back.
They're not going to win the wild card, or they're not going to get a wild card spot.
They're definitely not winning their division.
And they're definitely not winning
Braylon
the division.
thinks they're winning the division.
Still think he's at 0-2. He still thinks they're winning the division.
Yep.
The Chargers
over the Chiefs.
Yeah, I swear to God, I can pull. I have the graphic on my computer. I can show you after the show. What'd you say?
Who thinks that?
Braylon.
I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know about that.
I think they can make the playoffs. I don't know if they'll win the division. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs, which
Because it was back when we were doing all those, like, it was like, oh, who are the most realistic contenders for the playoffs and whatnot. It was like, number 1, Jacksonville. Number 2,
but I'm saying,
Chargers.
Is that like, what we're talking about 0-2 teams? Like, he's saying that now as they're 0-2. He's still saying they're the one in the division?
I don't think we. Well, actually, we did a top 10 today.
Yeah.
And the Chargers are at number 2 for Ryan, and he was like, yeah, I think the Chargers are a good team.
They're at number 2.
Number 2 for 0-2 teams. 0-2 teams.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah.
It was Bengals, Chargers, Vikings.
Which they should be. Honestly, they should be number 1.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then Patriots.
For
I'm going to go
teams.
with the Joe Burrow. They're going down 0-3. I don't even care if Joe Burrow plays. They're not going to be as healthy as they typically are. The Bengals are going down 0-3.
If the Chargers fire Brandon Staley halfway through the year, they'll contend.
Brandon Staley sucks.
I don't even know who. By the way, we all wanted Ben Johnson to end up in L.A.
No.
What if they brought?
We didn't want him there. We just thought.
Yeah, not want him there. You're right. I apologize.
But
what if they brought Kellen Moore there just to replace Brandon Staley?
They could. But if you like parlays and you want to hear more about them tonight, make sure you check out Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder, the best sports show from 8 to 10 p.m. in the state. Make sure you guys check them out. It's Booner and Broner with Woodward Nights right after the heavies get off. Pause.
Heavy's got to get off first.
Heavy's definitely got to get off.
I want to actually.
Coach,
you guys can call in too. Parker actually knows how to work the phone lines. But is anyone still like threatened by the Vikings? Does anyone still think the Vikings have a opportunity to win this division? Yeah, I've been out of the entire season.
That's where I'm at. Is like when we were reading that 0-2, I took a totally different aspect of not who's going to make the playoffs. Is that the Vikings and the Bears are in that conversation. It sounds like they're going to be in the conversation for Caleb Williams or one of these elite quarterbacks.
Oh
and
man,
that
if the
right
Vikings
there,
got Caleb Williams,
that is not a good thought. Not
that would
happy
be
about
worst
that.
case scenario.
Not great,
What?
Bob.
The Vikings get Caleb Williams.
That would be awful.
Him and Justin Jefferson.
We aren't winning the North in a while.
You shut your mouth, Parker.
I'm sorry.
You shut your whore mouth.
Okay. You shut your whore mouth.
Cheap salute.
That would. I wish we.
25
Why do we even
schmeckles.
bring that up, guys?
25 schmeckles.
Knock on wood.
I saw some reports, or not reports, but like people trying to urge the Vikings to trade Kirk Cousins to the Jets. But Kirk Cousins has one of those outlandish deals. Still, Aaron Rodgers on an outlandish deal. I don't think that's a reality.
But again, no, as a Lions fan, you don't want that because that means they're tanking and then they're going to get one of those good
for sure you don't want that.
Like,
if I'm the Jets, I'm tanking, by the way. Like I'm like, I know you built and you have expectations to win, and obviously Robert Saleh, as a Michigan native, is a guy who's going to go out there and try to win regardless. But like, if you think about it, if they tank, the amount of quarterbacks that are in this draft, you can still have your 1 year of Aaron Rodgers competing for a Super Bowl, but you have your other guy waiting and getting freaking cooked up on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Shedeur Sanders, J.J. McCarthy, I doubt they get the number 1 overall pick. If they do, that'd be crazy. The league might be fucked if they did.
Yeah. My question is though,
Garrett Wilson and Caleb Williams.
Can Rob Saleh afford to tank?
No.
I don't know about that.
If he has a losing season again this year,
Parker, let me ask you this:
What?
You think the Jets gonna have a winning season this year?
No.
So he's
if he's
good.
tanking, I don't think he's gonna. You can't have
he
three.
Gets fired at the end of the year. Rob Saleh.
He's gonna be more on the hot seat than he is now.
Dude, he lost Aaron Rodgers.
They're gonna sell him at the deadline.
You're fired because Aaron Rodgers got a freak accident injury. He's out for the season.
No, I don't think.
You're incompetent. Dude, he won 7 games last year with Zach Wilson and corpse of Joe Flacco.
I don't think Rob Saleh gets fired.
I never said he was. I think he's on the hot seat.
I don't think he's on a hot seat at all.
Because at this point, he's on the hot seat because now the Jets are in more of a win now situation because Aaron Rodgers is now healthy. I mean, there was reports saying that this new procedures.
Much less of a win now situation.
Well, obviously, but it's.
You just said.
I said he's on the hot seat, Easy. I didn't say he was going to be fired. I think that Robert Saleh has been in a situation where he can constantly succeed, but I mean Zach Wilson didn't pan out. That's the only thing, and getting Aaron Rodgers is going to help them. But I think if he doesn't succeed next year and get to at least the playoffs, he's gone.
Yeah. Well, you said he'd be on the hot seat this year.
At the end of the year.
Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's, where you can get an amazing haircut like I got today. Come into Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Play, practice, and party at 5 Iron Golf. The downtown zoo of sports bar, track meet simulators, certified instructors, and most importantly, a full bar and restaurant. The boys are down there right now talking about Lucas. Who else? Brady and
JB.
Make sure you guys pull up on them. Mention promo code Woodward at checkout for 50% off your first visit, or visit 5irongolf.com to tee up good times. If you're a serious golfer, you want to golf with D-Mac, JB, Brady, Lucas, and the boys, hit up 5irongolf.com. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. And hit the like button if Parker's stupid. Make sure you guys be your friend, tell a friend, share the stream. I'm your boy Easy. That's my guy Spinmo Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Parker. Parker asked for. I'm new in this business too a little bit, Parker, obviously. But he asked for advice. You want some advice? You got to think to take through and then say it. Don't just say it and then think it as you're going.
He's thinking.
Yeah, I'm trying not to say anything stupid, Easy.
You're fine.
Nicholas Earl says, shout out Nicholas Earl.
Yeah.
Says, sounds like Rittenhouse is just making shit up as he goes.
I feel the same.
Oh.
So he's excited. He gets to talk on this show. I get it. The other show he has to be quiet.
You can't even look at people in the eyes.
Yeah, can't see them in the eyes. I get it. You're excited to speak.
It's not that. I'm just trying to better myself. Trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
Especially on the fly.
No. Nope, not on the fly. I don't even know what my prep sheet is. What the hell else we had going? Thursday night football preview.
We can do the Derek Barnes stuff.
Yeah, let's do the Derek Barnes stuff.
Throw that up. PFF's top 5 ranked Lions through 2 weeks. Number 1 is Derek Barnes. Number 2 is Jared Goff. 3 is Frank Ragnow. 4 is Penny Sewell. And 5 is the Serpent of Death, Josh Vinnitz.
What is this amalgamation of numbers? How did they come up with this?
I don't fuck with
It's PFF. But how do you feel about Derek Barnes being the highest ranked Lion so far?
I am goddamn proud of Derek Barnes. We were mimicking him this offseason.
We did.
He hit the podium. And by the way, I kind of ride that same line of belief too. Like when I'm struggling a little bit, Derek Barnes, I had to pray. Let's say a little prayer.
He does.
God is
or
good.
when he's just drunk.
But
calls you saying, God told us to do this.
It's true though. I mean, all that stuff's still true. But nonetheless, though, he reached out to God, and God been blessing him. Derek Barnes has been playing really well. I've been proud of Derek Barnes. I'd like to say I'm surprised to see this number. I also don't give a shit about PFF numbers, but I'm not. Derek Barnes has been playing kind of great.
Anytime I pray to God, the opposite happens.
Huh?
I said anytime I pray to God, the opposite happens.
The opposite happens?
Yeah.
He don't rock with you.
You have to believe it.
I'm gonna have to pray about the reverse situation.
Yeah. There you go.
I think you just stay away until you're ready.
Please let me get no bitches.
God, do not put a big booty bitch in front of my face right now.
I saw this meme and it was like, I really be trying to gaslight God. Like, if you're real, this shit would happen.
That's so true. Chris, what you about to say about Derek Barnes?
Oh, I was just about to say, man, if I need to talk to God, I'm gonna go through Derek Barnes. I'm gonna hit him up and be like, yo.
For sure.
He's got the hotline.
Yeah,
that's the preacher.
He's definitely got the hotline. Because he's been balling. I don't want to say balling because the defense looked horrendous. I don't want to give anybody compliments after last week's game. But Derek Barnes has looked like the better end of it. And it's crazy, too. Like, we're sitting here bitching about the whole situation with you drafted in the first round and Jack Campbell. Give him some CT, give him some PT. But, like, you're watching Derek Barnes, like, outplay him.
He's playing well.
When it comes to, like, if he's
really
escorting
good.
anybody off the field, I think it's Alex Anzalone.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the one for sure. Derek Barnes has definitely earned his case so far. He's been out there making plays. He looks like a demon in the run game. He's playing very well, so he's definitely earned his spot.
1,000%. Shout out to Mike Rittenhouse. I almost called him.
1,100%.
Mike Hilton asked for cheers from the heavy. So there's your cheers, Mike Hilton.
Cheers, Mike Hilton.
Yeah.
But chill on my guy Flannel, all right?
Oh yeah,
he hates Flannel.
He does. But the Derek Barnes, man, I'll take it. I ain't complaining about it at all. I guess while we're on the topic of linebackers, though, you do have a guy you took in the first round. Are you just as Jahmyr Gibbs? Are you kind of being patient with that one? Or is that
I
guy?
don't know. Patience needs to end. And you're 1-2. You brought these guys in to be studs.
Whoa. Don't you?
Or, sorry, you're 1-1.
Come on now.
You're 1-1.
Jinxed it.
You brought these guys in to be studs.
No!
Like I told you, I prayed for the opposite. But you brought these guys in to be studs. You need to let them go out there and be difference makers. You need to drop the leash. You got to let Jack Campbell and let Jahmyr Gibbs be the players that you expect them to be.
Falcons money line, smashing it now.
Yikes!
You did it.
I have that much hope, really?
No, I just
My
felt,
word carries
I just
that
felt
much
the
weight?
energy. Today it does.
Why?
Your new improved Spinny today.
Oh.
Your words sting like an electric sword.
The hair went down, the enlightenment went up.
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus. Wait, what?
He said the hair went down, the enlightenment went up.
Oh, I thought you said heroin.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Oh.
It's probably what it feels like.
God.
Parker, you might know from experience.
Talking to God.
DNC ENT said, whose school threat badge is more prestige, Flannel or Kyle?
Oh, Kyle for sure. You're number one school threat at Woodward Sports.
That's crazy.
I don't know,
Dude, someone in the chat yesterday was like,
yeah, I love Flannel.
Flannel's definitely got.
Wait, he's been having those freakouts lately?
Flannel's more of a murderer vibe, like a
Serial killer.
a legit serial killer vibe.
That's what you are when you do a Rittenhouse.
Yeah, but he's a school shooter vibe because he's got this.
how do I give school shooter vibes?
You look like Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse didn't shoot up a school.
He might as well have.
He'd shot up.
If he
large
was
body of
pushed hard
people.
enough, he probably would have.
You said some. Never mind. We're gonna go there.
No,
I wanna
what?
get you
No,
canceled.
wait, no. What did I
No,
say?
you don't want this to be brought up. You promise you don't.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but.
I'll tell you after the show.
Okay.
You almost canceled yourself live on air, exposing your Rittenhouse ways. Stupid.
It's true. I remember that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Wow. We'll go over it.
The real question is
We'll
who's
review
getting the "Don't come to work" text.
Yeah, you gonna look out? Like, are you gonna show me some love? You gonna look out?
Yeah.
All I say is if you do it, shoot me first. That's what I say to all. If you're gonna do it, get me first.
No, I don't plan on that. I don't ever plan on that.
Would you
At
shoot
least
me a
it's not
text like don't come?
premeditated.
I have a son, Parker. You gotta shoot me a text like don't come. Think of Bryson.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shoot up any place anytime soon.
See, that's
That was not
something
convincing.
somebody who would shoot up a place anytime.
that was not
anytime
convincing.
soon would say.
Yeah.
Try again.
What? How can I make it more convincing saying I'm not going to shoot up a school?
I don't know. When people lie, their voice goes really high. And He's like, I'm not gonna shoot up.
Because this is a hysterical conversation. This is just out of the realms of reality.
Can you confirm to us one more time?
I will not shoot up Woodward Sports.
Why'd you pause?
Yeah.
Why'd you pause?
I almost said school, so it wouldn't make sense if I said school.
So he will do a school.
God damn it, Spenny.
The man has morals. He has boundaries.
Shade 216 JF says anytime soon. So
No,
give it a
never,
couple months,
never.
bro.
N-E-E.
Okay, so the real question is who had more school shooter vibes, Rittenhouse or Fletch?
Never mind, Fletch.
Rittenhouse all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
all
don't
day.
know. Fletch.
No, dude.
I heard Fletch would like drink like shit ton of like energy drinks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck's got to do with it?
That's all I know about
He's trying
it.
to make it like, yeah, I don't drink any energy drinks, so I obviously
No,
wouldn't do
that's
it.
not what I meant. That's all I've heard about
like
it.
me to shoot up at school, Parker? I heard you drunk a lot of energy drinks. Fuck. What's that got to do with
He's
anything?
really wired all the time.
I will put the Woodward Sports number in the Woodward Sports chat. I saw you guys asking to call in. You know how to answer phones, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
All right. Don't overdo it, guys. I don't want him freaking out in there. I'm putting the number in, Spin. You got to talk.
Parker dresses up for Comic-Con. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with dressing up for Comic-Con.
Spinny dresses up for Comic-Con.
I would. If I went to Comic-Con, I'd dress up for Comic-Con.
I honestly, God, I want to go to the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah.
And I want to dress. I want to go all out.
It
was last week. My boy went.
No, is it still going on? I thought it was going on for like a while.
No.
I thought it's one weekend, right?
No,
I think it's one weekend too. King Horse says Parker has clippings of Columbine put up on his bedroom walls.
Oh, God. Wow. It's getting dark. Let's not. Let's not go.
I mean, Parker, you do give out school shooter marks.
How?
I don't know, man. It's
like
got the unexplainable quality that makes you a threat.
You got the intangibles.
Yeah, you have all the intangibles.
He's got the intangibles.
Great hustle player.
What is this, the draft combine?
I'm just saying, man. I don't know how to tell. You've never heard this before? Nobody's told you this before?
No.
Never to his face. They didn't want to be the first ones on.
Yeah,
they knew better. This guy's fresh out of school. No one's telling that to him.
God, dude, I'm gonna go home, hang out with friends, and be like, "Oh yeah, I heard you like you're acting like a school shooter around Woodward Sports."
You know what? Just to ask your friends. Be like, hey, can you be honest with me?
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't.
Be like, could you see me shooting up school?
Yeah, but as my friend, be honest with me. And your friend
Hold
will
up,
tell you.
we got a caller. Let me. Caller, can you hear us?
But it's not how you do it.
Yeah, and we gotta go to break.
Oh, well,
damn it, Parker.
Screw you.
Jesus Christ.
You better not go to school. Let me tell you guys about Big Boy. Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. It's burger time. Try the best cheeseburger or our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger.
Where he was going.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, check him out at Burger King.
Craving chicken? Try the Dolly's chicken sandwich or turn up the heat with Bob's hot chicken sandwich. Upgrade your regular fries to our chili cheese or loaded baked potato fries. Save room for dessert because they have their Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake, funnel cake fries, and much more. All of that and more at Big Boy.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Do you have football in the brain? Well, fall ushers in college and professional football, and that's the perfect time to shop for your home and auto insurance. Get Swiss Insurances to cover us at Woodward Sports and then cover you too. Start by contacting my guy Mark at Swiss Insurance at 248-800-4177. That's 248-800-4177, or visit them at SwissINS.com.
Check it out.
Check it out. We made it to the final 10 minutes.
My back
We're all
hurts.
still alive. We're all still breathing. Your back still hurts? It's because you've been fucking like crazy with that new haircut, son.
You know.
Just doing the Lord's work.
Just doing my thing. Yeah, doing the Lord's work.
All right.
I did have a couple parlays over the weekend.
Yeah, you did. So you put what?
No, not the,
Oh, yeah.
Poonlays.
Like sex.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I do know about the one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see the picture. Do I?
No.
I'm a machine.
I'm a machine. Had a good weekend. I'll just say that.
Me too. I ain't gonna lie. All right. I like anytime touchdown for the defense tonight. It's the San Francisco 49ers versus
Plus 460.
the New York Giants. Plus 460. I'm
I gotta
taking
make
it.
sure my lineup's set. Shit.
Taking that for sure.
Yeah, me too. Shit.
You get Brandon Ayuk.
Is Brandon Ayuk playing?
He's questionable. I knew that. I don't know
Here,
if he's
Easy, we
playing
got
for
a
sure.
caller if you want to talk to him.
Who is it? Did you screen him?
Caller, what's your name and where are you from?
So we got to teach this guy how to do it. Who we got?
Owen from Cleveland.
What up, though, Owen?
Oh, should I start Kyron Williams over Brandon Ayuk?
Yeah. I would.
All right.
You think about to be running out the clock?
Yeah.
Yeah. Parker doesn't know how to answer the phone, guys. Don't waste your time. I'm sorry. That was me. I was
trying to screen him live on air. This guy.
I try, guys. I try.
Try harder, all right?
I'm sorry.
I need excellence, Parker. No, I'm just kidding.
Parker,
Appreciate
we're
you.
just, yeah, dude, we're just hazing you. Hope you don't.
It's all good. I know you are.
Hope you don't.
Hope you don't grab something out of that backpack ears.
All right, Parker, we'll give you a chance to recover.
Okay.
Give us your breakdown of the New York Giants versus San Francisco 49ers tonight.
Dude, I think it's going to be a blowout. I think the San Francisco is one of the best teams in the NFL right now. I'd say only team right now above them is the Dallas Cowboys. Miami's right below them. I mean, this is a Giants team that's proven not to be very good. I think San Francisco is going to go in there tonight and pretty much just kind of roll. Their defense is good. Christian McCaffrey might have a game. Yeah, I think it's going to be a landslide, and it's going to go in favor of San Fran.
I don't think you're wrong. I took a minus 11. I took the anytime touchdown for defense, like Spinney said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What's the word on Brandon Ayuk for anybody else that has
King Horse said he's out.
King Horse says he's out?
Yeah, so I put in Kyron Williams.
Yeah, I'd start him anyway.
Yeah.
Because who are they playing this week? Aren't they playing like a bad team?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Joe B's not playing.
So they get up.
Super Bowl rematch. Yeah.
Run the ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't start either of the Cincinnati wide receivers this week.
What do you guys make of the Kyron Williams situation? Like,
he looks good.
You think he's a real deal?
I don't know if he's the real deal. He's just getting a lot of volume, and he looks good.
Yeah.
And Cam Akers sucks, so it's not hard to take a job from Cam Akers.
Is he good enough to start every week?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He did it against the
San
Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, it's a volume running back.
All right. I need to know before I send a couple trades. What's good with Calvin Ridley? You staying pretty or what?
What?
I have.
I'm not trading Calvin Ridley.
For nothing?
Nah.
What's good with Kirk Cousins?
Not even Jamar Chase. Yes. Get out of here with that.
Not even Jamar Chase.
We'll see. Detroit Lions talk with POZ. Parker's having some issue with the phone lines. I think we need to do like a tire network training on the phone lines, not just for everybody.
JB ran me through it earlier. I just.
Hey, yo, for sure. But at that note, that'll do it for today.
Y'all are
Appreciate y'all
assholes.
tapping into the Woodward Heavyweights. If we're not back tomorrow, you know who did it.
Make
sure
Come on. That's
Make
foul.
sure you like and share the stream. For Easy, for Chris, for Young Ritz, I am Spencer. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll hopefully catch you guys tomorrow at Dispo. Peace.
Hopefully.
Whoa, bro.
Honor for